Welcome everyone to another review of Tales of Zestria the Cross. Now, I know this is a very late episode, but with school coming up, I gotta get prepared for a lot of things, so stuff kind of got delayed. I'll do an update video on that later, but for now, let's head on to this review. Now, I don't know, I should have like put off getting ready for and getting everything ready to when school inevitably starts, which is very soon for me. And now this episode, I should have watched it when it came out, and put delayed my other things for a bit because this episode was just was just oh man, the amazing the plot exposition, and the fight scene, it all went together. Even though it was a bit like free actiony talk, like oh let's talk while the dragon's fighting, and like somehow those 10, 5, 6, 7 guys that okay, we got that Oscar Brown, which I'm going to talk about how we got two new characters introduced. Actually, yeah, two new characters got introduced, and basically it was pretty good. Okay, so let's get talking. So we got two new characters who are going to appear in the game. Tales of Berseria. I'm definitely going to go try and pick it up once it comes out in the States. But we got Oscar, the blonde guy, who's an agent of Arturius, part of the Exorcists. Um, he has this badass sword that shoots lightning from it and gives him, I guess, an edge in battle. Seeing as how it's either he's using his own natural abilities, or having the sword, like give him like those quintessential superhuman abilities, allowing him to fight with Velvet. But this is Tails, and it's a fantasy setting, so the sword he could already have those natural abilities, like superhuman speed, I guess. But it was really interesting to see a character like him, be introduced, for the prologue before the game starts, because this is anime original, so this won't be in the game, I believe. I could be wrong. But yeah, Oscar is that badass knight character he's set in his ways. He's gonna follow the king, which is kind of like Arturius, who's like the head exorcist or whatever. I can't remember the name if that's what it is called, but that was really interesting saying you have no worth in this world and go devouring demons and whatever because that's your role in this, and everyone has a role in this world, whether it's a terrible one or it's not, because Master Arturius created it this way to fight off the dragon, which he explains is what humanity's malevolence turns into, which is a dragon or like some sort of demon or something. I was like, oh, okay. And he's all like, in the scene where they first meet, when Ceres and Velvet Gold, was pretty interesting. He's all like, I know that you're a demon, but I have to remember, my mission is to bring you back, and that you're a woman. And Velvet picks up a rock and like throws it at superhuman speed and like freaking knocks one of the exorcist guys into the water. I was just like, what? I was like, I made my day. I was like, haha. Oscars is just like, I need to remember that you're a glutton or a daemon also. And like a pretty cool fight scene goes. It wasn't anything like over the top, but it was over the top. Like not too over the top, but just that over the topness that is greatness of ufotable. And the animation quality work is really good. Which is why most of their series, whenever they're doing an anime, if you take a look, as a prime example is on Blade Works, that they split into two cores because the animation budget is over the top, and they probably save up or like spend quite a big deal of time in like producing the episodes, which means they could be in pre-production from like I don't know, like a couple years ago, or even like a year or two ago, and they're just like, whoa, excuse me, I just woke up, so I'm a bit groggy, but yeah. This episode is basically a setup for the beginning of the Tales of Berseria game, which I really want to get now. This episode did a really good job at convincing me to get the game, even though I was already on the fence about buying it. Like I was probably going to buy it already, but this just nailed it. And I'm going to definitely pick up Tales of Zestria if I can find a copy somewhere. My local GameStop or Walmart. I don't really like GameStop, but yeah. We also got introduced to another blonde character, Magilo. I think it's Magilo, who is a sorceress. So she's obviously in the game. Oh, sorry about that. If you heard that noise, Windows notification stop. Um, who is a sorceress? So we all know that she's going to be obviously a mage type character in the game. Which means she's probably going to be some sort of support character, like kind of how Sharia was in Tales of what was it? Tales of Graces. Tales of Graces. I have to look at the cover thing. God, I haven't played that in a while. I need to beat that. But yeah, we could totally see some of their playstyles and how they fight in the game. So Velvet's gonna be like the quick, fast one, and I forgot the other guy's name. The guy with the long katana-looking sword, something with an R. He's obviously going to be the heavy hitter type of character. But yeah, enough about talking about game mechanics of a game that isn't even out yet. Let's get on to the rest of the episode. Magneto is just like the comedic relief that she brought during this episode with Velvet was just like I was just like, oh my god. And then it shows like the freaking dragon just like wrecking everyone in the background. It's just like, and Velvet is just like ignoring her and just like watching what's going on most of the time. I was just like, savage. You can't just do that. But she did it. I was like, oh man. And also, unfortunately, Ceres has to die protecting Velvet because that dragon is obviously a boss character. I mean, just look at it. Dragons are usually boss characters in like usually any game, unless it's like a mini boss or like a Wyvern or something like that. But I was just like, damn it, Ceres is gone. And then Velvet devours her. So basically, how we see how the devouring works is that she has that demon arm, and like she basically just like grabs her body and like basically like brace it down or something like that, and like pure energy and absorbs it, and she gets their like powers, which is basically what she got from Ceres, which is her art. Now, arts, if nobody knows, if you don't know, in the games are usually like special skills that the characters can use in the battles and stuff. Yeah, and it was really interesting. I was just like, damn it, Ceres just got wrecked, and now she lives on inside of Velvet, which is kind of weird as you think about it. But anyways, this episode basically ended with them, eventually defeating the dragon, and Velvet just like telling Oscars like send Artorias a message and I'm coming for him, something like that, and just like proceeds to like wreck the dragon and cause a huge explosion. Oscar is just like you just see the scene just focus onto him like screaming as that explosion happened, and we all know that he's gonna be like I got wrecked too, Artorias. Artorias is gonna be like okay, no problem probably, or like that's not an issue, and like we'll see him more in the future in the games as it's probably going to be like a recurring antagonist as we see. And they go out and they sail to Midgard, which is going to be the capital where Arturius is, and where the game will probably be mostly set in, or not, because usually Tales game has you move a lot around, like the in-game world. It's usually big. Yeah. And we also got a early look at the Tales of Berseria opening song. Now, in the opening song, I spotted one character that looked really, really familiar. It was another blonde character. I haven't played Tales of Zestria, so I'm not sure, or they could just be similar art styles. But the one with the spiky hair, the one with the blonde spiky hair, not Oscar, his hair isn't that spiky. The other one matches up with another blonde spiky guy in the opening of Tales of Zestria, which has got me thinking maybe like he came from there, or I don't know, maybe it's just me overthinking it and I'm just mistaking him for someone else. But the opening song was hype. You can see that Ufotable animated it, and they animated the original Tales of Zestria anime, also the anime and game opening song from the PS3 game. You can also tell if it's their work because they have such a this some art style that you can easily tell, and like their use of CGI is really good, if not good. What I meant to say was that you can usually tell if it's ufotable because they used to like to use CGI also in their in their animes that are really good, and you can tell if it's them or not. Case in point, I don't know why other companies decide to use CGI if they're so bad at it. You're not ufotable in any way, I'm sorry. But you can't pretend to be like a cheap version of ufotable if no one likes your CGI. Um, but anyway, this about, totally wraps up this review of Tales of Zestiria the Cross, episode 6. Yeah, I got the episode right. Not 4, 5 now. Not 5, not 5, 6. But it was actually episode 6, so I'm, right now. So I didn't make that silly mistake like I did last time. Now, there'll be another video going up about Macross Delta, but it probably won't be up until probably like tomorrow, which is probably let's see, Pacific State time. I get off school. That's when I get off. Well, that's when school starts for me. It's just tomorrow, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'll be doing a a channel update video a bit after this one, talking about how the schedule will be changed up for reviews, but it won't affect too much, as most of the anime that I review is on the weekends. But that will change as like the new anime season rolls in. But I'll make another video separate of that. Man, that about wraps up this review of Tales of Zestria the Cross episode 6. Velvet Crow's prologue story is about over, which made me a bit sad. Oh, we also got to talk about that skit at the end. which is what what Tails is usually was just famous for. Not like one of the famous aspects, which is one of the most enjoyable aspects. Is like how the character interactions, whether it's serious or funny or comedic, which is exactly what we got here. It's just like who's going to appear in the next episode, and everyone, the entire cast is like they don't know. We all know it's going to be Sora and his friends, and then we continuing off of what we got. I think it was episode four. Episode four, I'm sure, where the tornado comes, and attacks the town. Which obviously the Ufotable was doing this a split core. I'm guessing in the second core we're going to see Velvet as they're making. As I got spoiled on the ending of Tales of Zestria, thanks friend who decided to do that because you're an asshole. Um, but yeah, they're probably going to go an anime original route. The second core, as that's what the opening of Tales of Zestria the Cross leads me to believe. What other people are also saying on the forums that could also happen, seeing as how the ending of Tales of Zestria went, which I got unfortunately spoiled by overzealous friend who assumed I play the game, and he apparently saw that I was doing reviews and decided to go ham on me on Facebook, which is not cool. You should actually check out the reviews first before you tell me anything or come to any conclusions. But yeah, that's about it for this review. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. You can comment anything that I missed or just want to clarify on me or just want to have a quick chat. I'm always open for a quick chat with you fellow subscribers and other people who aren't part of my subscription base. Subscribe too. That's about it. See you guys, gals, later. Have a nice day, evening, night, midnight, morning, afternoon, school day, whatever. Yeah, that's about it. This is me, Rayama. I think I'm signing off for now. Macross Delta next. When then? Probably tomorrow. See ya.